there, folks. I'm Faron Young, and this is my co-host, Miss Jeannie Seeley, and we're going to have so much fun for the next hour right here on Country Standard Time. As you notice, I am wearing my NASA jacket, so we're going to take them to the moon.
Is that what we're going to do?
Yes, sir, with some fine music. In fact, this right here will take them to the moon.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to start the show off with a video. And I've started a lot of shows off with this guy. This was my ex-singing partner. We had a show together for 11 years. Jack Greene, Jeannie Seeley, I wish I didn't have to miss you.
Monday morning and that missed me on my way. Got a feeling it will be a busy day. Doing something I'm not looking forward to. I wish I didn't have to miss you. Because I wound it up too tight. Lucky me, I didn't sleep a wink last night. So I was up on time to do what I must do. I wish I didn't have to miss you. Wonder whose glasses that I'm seeing through. Because I'm seeing everything but you. Everything but you. Now it's Sunday and I may go for a hike. Cause when it's Sunday, it'll be Sunday day and night. Red is red, black is black, and blue is blue. I wish I didn't have to miss you. One of these glasses that I'm seeing through. Cause I'm seeing everything but you. Everything but you. Now it's Sunday and I may go for a hike. Cause when it's Sunday, it'll be Sunday day and night. Red is red, black is black, and blue is blue. I wish I didn't have to miss you. Wish I didn't have to miss you. Thank you.
Jack Greene and Jeannie Seeley, two of my favorite singers. That was great, Jeannie.
Thanks, Faron. That was our first #1 record, written by Hank Cochran and Dave Kirby.
You know, that's one thing I can say about you and your career. You've always surrounded yourself with a lot of talented people, and with your talent, it had to work.
Well, you know, my theory about that is I always want to be around people that definitely know as much as I do, or preferably know more, because that's the only way to learn and expand what you're doing.
That's been my problem. See, I've always been around Billy Deaton, so I've learned a lot.
He didn't mean it, Billy. Well, speaking of a long career, this next gentleman's had quite a career. Jim Ed Brown, I'm sure you know some stories.
I know him there from Arkansas. They used to have a sawmill down in Arkansas where when he was a kid, he worked all the years at the sawmill, and he said, Faron, I knew there was a better way to make a living than this sawmill. And I was raised on a dairy farm. I knew there was a better way than milking those cows. Jim has done very well.
He has.
Jim
nice
Ed Brown.
guy.
Oh, I know that you've heard people say many, many times, you don't pass this way, but once you get yours and I'll get mine. But I've got a philosophy I believe I'd rather go by. And if you just listen, you may want to give it a try. Leave a lot of happy tracks as you go. Leave a lot of happy tracks everywhere you go. Leave a lot of happy tracks and keep this in mind. Others will follow in the path you leave behind. Say many, many times you don't pass through this world, but once you get yours and I'll get mine. But I've got a philosophy I believe I'd rather go by. And if you just listen, you may want to give it a try. A lot of happy tracks as you go down like snow. Leave a lot of
this next guy used to work for me, too.
Yeah, no kidding. I started to say, well, I can talk about Gordon Terry. Now, I met him as far back as '63, and I thought, wait a minute, I'm sure he worked with Faron before that.
Well, we were in the Army together, and when we used to go from one base to another to try to get our barracks and different places to stay, people would give us a bad time because we were traveling out of 3rd Army headquarters, and they just, you know, they loved to give you a bad time. So I went to the general and got him to promote Gordon to a sergeant. I didn't want to be anything but a PFC. But when we'd get to where we was going, I'd get out and I'd say, hey, Sergeant, go in there and do this, do that. And all them people would look around and say, what is that PFC telling that sergeant what to do? And he would do what I told him to do.
Yeah, you were not planning on making the Army a career then,
We did
right?
not. We did win the war, you know. The Korean War, we won. We killed about 15, 20 people, me and Terry did, down in the middle of Atlanta, Georgia.
Had no casualties during the war. It was after you guys got home.
Right, that's exactly right.
Really. Funny guy, but a good singer, too.
Yes, he is. Gordon Terry.
There's a long line of mourners driving down our little street. Their fancy cars are such a sight to see. They're all of your rich friends that knew you in the city, and now they finally brought you home to me. When you left home, you told me that someday you'd be returning in a fancy car for all the town to see. Now, everyone is watching. I guess you got your dream. 'Cause you're riding in that long black limousine. The papers told of how you lost your life, of the party and the fatal crash that night, the race up on the highway, the curve you didn't see. Now you're riding in that long black limousine. Through tear-dimmed eyes I watch as you ride by, with a chauffeur at the wheel, dressed up so fine. But I'll never love another, 'cause my heart and all my dreams are with you in that long black limousine.
The Mule, as he was affectionately known to a bunch of us, Gordon Terry.
About this big around now.
All right. We've got to take a break. Don't go away. We're going to come back with something really funny. Trust me on this.
I can hear you
Remember right before that commercial I told you we got something funny. This thing is hilarious, you know, especially when you're used to seeing June Carter Cash
Yeah.
now. She's so sophisticated and ladylike and proper, which she always was. But there was this side of June Carter, too. I'm sure you saw it many times.
I worked a lot. I was a straight man for a lot of times, and you're going to get to see the other side of Gordon Terry because he's the straight man for June Carter in this clip.
Real switch.
This is funny. Watch this.
You folks remember me. I'm June Carter, and I don't know if you know it or not, but I'm looking for somebody. I was looking all over the place. Gordon Terry, would you come in here?
Hi, June. How are you?
I'm
Good to
doing
see
very
you.
well. Don't hug me too tight. Luther might be watching.
Luther?
I'm looking for that good-looking, sexy type, tall, handsome Luther Perkins. He's the one I want.
That's not the Luther Perkins I know. You mean
Yes,
that long, tall, skinny, bony drip?
Now, wait just a minute. Your washer ain't been on too tight here lately, neither.
Oh, June, now, wait a minute.
No, I want... It's Luther Perkins that I like. He's the one I want.
Luther Perkins.
Yes, do you think I look good enough for him? I wanted to look good today, and I'm just about like any woman you look at. You know, all women are just kind of a rag, a bone, and a hank of hair.
Yeah? But what is that other stuff you got here and there?
Well, that's kind of some Jane Mansfield stuff I've got today.
Oh.
Do you think, you know, I really now, Gordon, I have got everything that Jane Mansfield's got.
Yeah, that's right, but you got it moved around a little different than she has.
Well, old smart Alec, you ought to do me
Nah,
that way,
June.
Gordon. We're old friends, old buddies from a long, long time ago.
Long time ago, June.
And you went out yonder to Hollywood and just got to be a great big movie star and everything and be around all them starlets, and it's went to your head. What you need is just a good old country girl like me. I'm a good old girl. You need somebody
June,
that'll stick with you like me.
Maybe I have let them girls turn my head a little every time they walk, but would you really love me when I get old and ugly?
I sure do, Gordon.
June!
I don't want nothing to do with you. I'm mad at you, you old hard-to-get-along with thing. No wonder I'm after
Now,
Luther.
what have I done?
Quit, hush, 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 hush. I don't want anything to do
Looking
with you.
for Luther Perkins again. That
Yes, I
skinny
am.
drip, drip, drip.
Bubble. I don't care. It's your fault. I was madly in love with you. I could not control my emotions. I was madly in love with you, and what'd you do? You got you another girlfriend. I saw you with her. I saw you with
When'd
that
you see me with a girl?
at the Grand Ole Opry. I saw you with
Well,
him.
now, June,
Whatever
there's a
it
friend of mine
was.
that I was just talking to the girl. She was a pretty
You
girl,
have
too.
never... Pretty. It was her nose. Her nose.
Well, all girls has got nose on them there somewhere.
On her foot. Her nose was on her foot. On her foot, that's what it was.
It was not. It's on her face.
Yeah, it was up there, too. It was... I'll say one thing. As noses run, this nose run way out yonder. She ought to have it fixed, Gordon. I wouldn't run around with something like that.
What do you mean, have it fixed?
Well, she needs to put it between her eyes. That's where it belongs. No, I was just kidding you, Gordon, about...
You're still mad at me, ain't you, Jim?
Yeah, I'm still mad at you, but you do look pretty nice, Gordon. I want to tell you how nice you look and how
this
proud I am of you.
red coat and
Yes,
my physique and everything. You still looking for Luther Perkins, and he's skinny and everything.
Well, I tell you what, Gordon, it ain't always in the physique. It's kind of like this. I knew a feller once who had a 2-car garage.
Yeah.
And do you know what he kept in it?
No.
A bicycle.
Listen! Get out.
What'd you think? Is that funny, June?
Well, I don't know. That's what they used to make us do back then.
I know. That's my only problem. Growing up, I always wanted to do comedy, but I didn't always think the routines that they made. The men were the comedy writers. They thought it was funny if women made fun of themselves. One of these days, I will do a comedy routine. It'll be a whole lot different.
Well, you just did a play where you played a part.
Yeah, I really changed things. I was a bag lady.
Yeah, but you were a comedian in order.
Yeah, a straight comedy. It was really great funny, but I played a lovable little character. Her name was Opal Cronky. She was eccentric little bag lady. She wasn't dirty and all that, and she loved everybody.
I missed that. You gonna ever do it again?
Yes, I hope so. We're talking about maybe...
Would you send me a free ticket?
Yeah, I'll come and get you, honey.
I don't want to pay for it in case it ain't no good. If I like it, I'll
I'm going to
pay for it.
segue into this video. This is a judge with Mama. He's crazy.
Mama, I found someone like you said would come along. He's a sight so unlike any man I've known. I was afraid to let him in, 'cause I'm not the trusting kind. But now I'm convinced that he's heaven sent and must be out of his mind. Mama, he's crazy, crazy over me. And in my life is where he says he always wants to be. I've never been so loved. He beats all I've ever seen. And Mama, he's crazy. He's crazy over me. And Mama, you've always said better look before you leave. Maybe so, but here I go, letting my heart lead me. He thinks I hung the moon and stars. I think he's a living dream. Well, there are men, but ones like him are few and far between. Mama, he's crazy, crazy over me. And in my life is where he said he always wants to be. I've never been so loved. He beats all I've ever seen. Mama, he's crazy. He's crazy over me. Oh, Mama, he's crazy. He's crazy over me.
And that was the mother and daughter team, the Judds.
You know what, Faron? We got to take a break and pay some bills so we can come back again. Watch
Yeah.
this, and we'll join in just a minute.
They get on me, wanna know, Hank, why do you drink? Hank, why do you rub smoke? Why must you live out the songs that you wrote?
We got a video coming up with a real, wouldn't you call this a duo?
This is a double barrel duo.
I'm telling you.
Listen, I want you to, we get to sit back here and see some of these film clips before you do, and if you could hear some of the things we had to say and the laughing we do, we would never get on the air with it. But I want you to take a real good look at Del Reeves
I know it.
and Bobby Goldberg. Somebody had put a bowl over his head and given him a haircut. This is probably funnier than June Carter and Gordon Terry were right here. Watch this for us.
Hey, listen, I didn't mean to make you mad about taking all the credit a while ago, so I found a couple of apples back there, and I want you to have one of them. Okay? Make up for it. Okay?
You're giving me this one?
Yeah? Why? What would you do?
Well, I tell you, I'd keep the small, scrawny apple and give you the big one.
Well, what have you got?
Just before I kill you, sing the song, because it's going to be the last one you're going to sing.
All right. Standing on the road, walking down the highway, ain't going nowhere, but that's our way.
tell him, all right?
I never had a lot of ambition.
That's true, you ain't doing that.
But I always made my own way.
Yeah, that's true.
By turning a couple of jobs in some lady's backyard.
Yeah.
I average about $1 a day.
I won't stay, you remember.
I wake up early each morning.
Too early.
And before I've started on my way, I get some cigarettes and a couple of cups of coffee, sweeping the local city cafe, standing on the road, walking down the highway, ain't going nowhere, but that's our way of life.
Let me tell you about it, all right?
Let me hear it.
I never had no one to love me.
That's true, I never saw you with nobody.
Never a girl to call my own.
I had lots of them.
I never would take the chance and rule romance.
Sing it, Dean.
I guess I'm too used to being alone. Nobody wants a drifter.
Right.
I gotta keep moving on. There's nothing to tie me down.
True.
But I wanna leave sound. Nobody to miss me when I'm gone. Standing on the road, walking down the highway, ain't going nowhere, but that's our way of life. One more time, all right? Let's go, take it out. Standing on the road, walking down the highway, ain't going nowhere, but that's our way of life. Let's keep putting it, boy.
Maybe we can catch that freight down in this.
I certainly hope so. I can tell you step on a dime right now and tell you where it's heads or tails.
I know what you mean.
Hell, it's right behind here.
You know what I especially loved about this? Old Smoothie Del Reeves said, yeah, you did. Okay.
Like Dean Martin.
You're right.
Get in there, baby.
He was ready for the big time.
They always called Bobby Goldsboro the superstar, Bobby Goldsboro. I saw him the other night on a show on TNN. It's the first time I've seen Bobby in quite a while. That's the other guy I see from time to time. He had a theater over in Myrtle Beach for a while. I don't know if they still got the theater or not, but he's an old friend of mine, Simon Crum. We know him by it also, by his real singing stage name, because he used to go as Terry Preston, but now it's Ferlin Husky, and we just happen to have Ferlin right here. Watch it.
Feel better all over.
Than anywhere else.
That's it.
Well, I feel better all over, more than anywhere else. Baby, when I'm out with you. Well, I feel better all over, more than anywhere else. When you kiss me like you do. Well, I'm as wild as a buck every time you calls me up. Oh, you sure makes me feel like a wheel. Well, I feel better all over, more than anywhere else. That's exactly how I feel. Well, I feel better all over, more than anywhere else. When you whisper sweet nothings in my ear. Well, I feel better all over, more than anywhere else. Anytime that you're near, well, my heart beats double time when I hold your hand in mine. Oh, you sure is a wonderful deal. Well, I feel better all over, more than anywhere else. That is exactly how I feel. Oh, get it, Johnny. Exactly how I feel. exactly how I
All right, welcome back to Country Standard Time. We got a beautiful lady who's going to sing for us who's a good friend of yours.
Yes, Dottie West. You know, Dottie has been kind of like you. A lot of people come to town and worked in her band. I know Steve Warner,
Yeah.
several of the guys. And I first met Larry Gatlin through Dottie
Oh,
West,
did you
too.
really?
Mm-hmm. And as a matter of fact, he wrote this song. It's called She's a Broken Lady.
I'm a broken lady, waiting to be mended, and have what's left of the pieces put back in place. My love was like a fortress round the man I would have died for, taking care to take care of all he needed. But this lady's fortress slowly turned into a prison, and the warning signs he gave I never heeded. I vowed every morning that what God joined together, no one else in the world could pull apart. Then the walls came tumbling to the ground, and my world came crashing down around my heart. My heart, now I'm a broken lady, waiting to be mended, like a potter would mend a broken vase. A broken lady, waiting to be mended, and have what's left of the pieces put back in place. I'm a broken lady, waiting to be mended, and have what's left of the pieces put back in place.
Oh, if you know us, we're going to never get through this show.
I just hate to see this weekend. I've been having such a good time.
And you know, I don't think they're either going to pay us anything for the show because we've had too
They
much fun for doing it. You know?
What about Jackie Ward? Did you ever work with Jackie
Yeah,
much?
I tell you, he had a great record one time called Big Blue Diamond. And I really like. This is not the song he's going to sing on our clip today, but he's a fine entertainer. He used to have his own show here on TNN, a dance party type show. I think you might enjoy seeing him once again, Mr. Jackie Ward.
Does she love me with all her heart? Should I worry when we're apart? It's a lover's question I'd like to know. Does she need me as she pretends? Is this a game? And will I win? It's a lover's question I'd like to know. I'd like to know when she's not with me. Is she still true to me? I'd like to know when we're kissing. Does she feel just what I feel? And how am I to know it's really real? Oh, tell me where the answer lies. Is it in her kiss or in her eyes? It's a lover's question I'd like to know. I'd like to know when she she's not with me, is she still true to me? I'd like to know when we're kissing, does she feel just what I feel? And how am I to know it's really real? Oh, tell me where the answer lies. Is it in her kiss or in her eyes? It's a lover's question I'd like to know. I'd like to know. I'd like to know. Thank you.
All right, Jackie Ward with a lover's question.
And I have a lover's answer.
You do?
Yes, this is Country Standard Time, and we're going to take a break, but we shall return. We're like MacArthur. We'll be back in just a minute. See you.
That's my answer.
Well, this little lady, this is a tiny little lady.
She was named appropriately, wasn't she?
Yep. Yes. Because I worked a lot of shows with her and Tommy Overstreet and all. And I know you loved to hear her sing, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, I was sitting here trying to think, who did she work with? I remember us touring when Jack and I were on the road together. We'd worked some shows with Tommy and Peggy. Talk about Peggy Little.
Peggy Little, that's her name. Do you want to watch her?
Yeah.
You can see how little it is. Get a little ruler out there and measure on your screen. You can find exactly how big she is. Here's Peggy Little.
You came smiling softly, shyly moving as a dreamer into my world. And before I realized the danger, I found myself staring into your eyes. Somewhere in the colors I saw promises of things I'd never seen before. It's all over. I've got to have you. Holding on to talking, saying nothing, knowing in a moment I could lose you. Then without a warning, I remember how you trembled at the touch of my hand. Knowing when you came to me that no one else would ever feel the same. In my arms, it's all over. I've got to have you. Waking in the morning to the tenderness of holding you asleep in my arms, dreaming while my hair was blowing softer than a whisper on your cheek. I don't know the feeling, so I don't know if it's love, but it's enough. It's enough. I can't help it. I've got to have you. It's all over. I've got to have you.
Okay, we're going to a video by you now, Faron.
It's about time, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, this is a country standard. I know it was written by Bill Anderson.
It was recorded by Ray Price.
Right. Did you ever record the song?
I never did record it. In fact, I don't remember ever singing it until I saw this particular tape that we're fixing to play.
I knew it was you because I saw that suit in Willie Nelson's museum.
That's right. That's right. It is. They have it on a mannequin at Willie Nelson's museum, and the man has got a pair of Porter Wagner boots on. So here's a little 5'6" guy with an 18-inch shoe on his foot. You
Step right up, ladies and gentlemen.
Funniest looking little mannequin you ever saw. Yeah.
But you did a great job on this song. The suit did need to go in a museum somewhere, but
I got it out of a museum to start with. We just put it back.
Really?
Yeah.
Faron Young and City Lights.
A bright array of city lights as far as I can see. The great white way shines through the night on lonely guys like me. The cabarets and honky-tonks, they're flashing signs invite a broken heart to lose itself in the glow of city lights. Lights that say forget her name and a glass of sherry wine. Lights that offer other girls more empty arms like mine. They paint a pretty picture of a world that's gay and bright. But I'm just a mask for loneliness behind those city lights. All right. The world was dark and God made stars to brighten up the night. The God who put the stars above, I don't believe, made those lights. Or it's just a place for me to cry when things don't turn out right. Just a place to run away and hide behind those city lights. Lights that say forget her love in a different atmosphere. Lights I know are nothing but a masquerade for tears. Now they paint a pretty picture, but my arms can't hold them tight. And I just can't say I love you to a string of city lights.
Faron Young with a country classic on City Lights. You know, Faron, I think you're kind of like I am. You know, you're still a fan of country music and songs and everything. And you hear a good song, you just want to sing it. It doesn't matter who had the record, does it?
That's true. You know, but a lot of times you would like to go and record a song, and you heard somebody like Marty Robbins or Ray Price sing it, and you know you better leave it alone.
Right.
Because you're not going to out-sing them.
Well, you know, for a long time there, that was the trend. When you cut an album, you did all the current hits.
Right, everybody's songs.
Yeah, it was kind of fun during that time.
You know what we got to do?
What?
Take a break.
Okay.
We'll be right back after these important messages with Country Standard Time. I got it right, see? Oh, I'm a smart guy.
But when you know what it is you really need, it'll be me.
Well, Faron,
well.
I'm losing my microphone back here, I think. We have come to not only the end of this show, but I am sorry to say the end of a week again.
A real short week for us, I'm concerned.
I know it. I'll tell you what.
It's a wonderful.
They say laughter's the best medicine. I hope I've had something wrong with me, because I have laughed at you all week long.
And I haven't heard y'all. If you could only come and watch us film this show and do the taping on it and all, we have more doggone fun here. And I hope you have as much fun sitting home watching this, because this is a blast.
This is a good show. I watched the show before we did it, you know, with Jimmy Dean, Bill Anderson, and I think it's a great show. We hope you're enjoying Country Standard Time.
There's going to be more stars in the weeks following us, but Jeannie and I want to say God bless you and thank you a lot for staying around this week with us. We had a ball, didn't we, baby?
Yes, thanks for watching. And we're going to close out the show with Marion Worth and the Willis Brothers and a song called Little Bitty Tear Let Me Down.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See y'all.
A little bitty tear let me down.
clown. I had it made up not to make a frown, but a little bitty tear let me down. Said you were leaving tomorrow, that today was our last day. Said there'd be no sorrow, that I'd laugh when you walked away. But a little bitty tear let me down, spoil my act as a clown. I had it made up not to make a frown, but a little bitty tear let me down. Said I'd laugh when you left me, full of funny as you went out the door, that I'd have another one waiting, and I'd wave goodbye as you go. But a little bitty tear let me down, spoil my act as a clown. I had it made up not to make a frown, but a little bitty tear let me down. Everything went like I planned it, and I really put on quite a show. In my heart I thought I could stand it, till you walked with your grip through the door. Then a little bitty tear let me down, spoil my act as a clown. I had it made up not to make a frown, but a little bitty tear let me down. But a little bitty tear let me down, but a little bitty tear let me down.
This is TNN, the Nashville Network, the #1 source for country music, entertainment, and information.